we have seen things that have happened, including, aspersions that he cast at a judge. And we are yet to see what would happen to that particular case. And this is the second time he's even going to the Privileges Committee as well. Thank God for giving us the kind of parliament that we currently have, so that it is not the majority that has the speaker as well.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You said this is the first time he's going before the Privilege Committee?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
So I'm just saying that this is not the first time he's going before the Privileges Committee. And in that particular situation, the recommendation of the Privileges Committee was not made to see the light of day on the floor of Parliament because, we had a speaker with the party that he belonged to. Thank God, that's why I say thank God now we have a Parliament that, we really are seeing the separation of powers. So I am a lot more optimistic that if we continue to put the pressure that, yes, there are partisan interests that would come at play, but this is not a party position. And I'm very sure that there are people in the majority who are definitely as scandalized as you and I are at, because if you listen to him, the president has not have the power to ask somebody to be beaten. This is a country of rule of laws, where if anything, even somebody commits the high treason, the president does not order him to be beaten. He goes through the processes. So I'm cautiously optimistic that if we put the necessary pressures, and you see, the pressures should not be only from just our internal organs. And that's why I'm happy we're doing other external parties that are also interested in the freedom of the media. And one of the areas that I would urge all of us to also consider is going to the West African court. There is precedent that when Yahya Jammeh, with all his things on the journalists, a particular journalist was held by the West African Media Foundation to take a case to the West African court, be it that is a civil case, but that case was won there, and Gambia was found guilty. There was a fine, and definitely that comes with itself. It comes with a stain on the state, and I'm pretty sure that once we start putting all of those pressures, the various bodies then would act. We just have to change the way we have done our things in the past. And I'm also cautiously optimistic that based on the fact that this is a repeat offender, the various committees, the various organs, when they get to look at it, they will definitely not have the luxury of saying this is a first-time person. This is somebody who's issued threats. And I'm not saying that he carried the threat for Ametuali to die, but it was subsequent to his threat.
Yeah, that's a part of the question. If he issues a threat and he doesn't carry it out, what's the worry? And you have just mentioned that the thing he's saying, if he were president, he will ensure was done to Erastus Asare Donko. It's unlawful, so it will not be done. It cannot be achieved. So what's the worry?
See, Samson, look at it. You should also bear in mind that the things we say could get other people to do other things. And so if, assuming, because I don't have the fact, say that when he issued the threat against Ametuali, somebody then took advantage of that to bring us to the situation where we are. So can you imagine that somebody else taking advantage of what it is that he said to do that to Erastus? And that is the way it ought to be looked at. When somebody makes a statement, you need to compare the influence that person wields. And definitely for a member of parliament, who is also chairperson of a very influential committee, for a member of parliament who's a repeat member of parliament, he's gone to parliament severally, he comes with a lot of influence. And so you cannot just say that because he said it, my mouth no began, as they would say. You cannot go on the basis of the fact that my mouth no began. Your mouth will be more powerful than a gun. The things we say, the words we speak could urge people on the lunatic fringes who hold us in high esteem to want to be able to carry that out for us. So it's on the back of that we need to look at this particular one and say, definitely, this is not something that you ought to take for granted.